A huge welcome to you all. This is very exciting and encouraging to see so many of us.
I would like to ask you to bear in mind that most people you're about to hear from today have never done anything like this before. It's taken a great deal of courage for people to get up here today and share with you some extremely difficult and painful aspects of their lives.
I'm one of those people who has agency for change, so I'm here to listen. I think it's incredibly important as one of the MPs for our district that I hear from people who are living with poverty, recognise where it is that government policies, for instance, aggravate poverty, make it worse, make it more challenging.
We still had no money to pay the rent or feed the kids or ourselves or pay any bills, and I had to cancel our direct debits. After another 3 weeks, this is now 6 weeks in total, I rang back. This time I had to pay to be on hold for 2 hours. I hung up after that. I phoned again the next day, this time to be put on hold for 1 hour 45 minutes. So that's nearly 4 hours from when I first phoned on hold before I finally got to speak to someone.
This is by far, I've lived in Lancaster for about 25 years, and this is the most powerful and moving event I've ever been to since I've lived here.
The Benefit Office tried to help me. They could only do so much and were under pressure to get results, people back to work or in work, regardless of their problems. All I was a statistic. I did find help and still have the support I needed from West End Impact. After a few months, they let me volunteer on a building project. With their help, it turned out that I had the ability to pull myself around. Now I am self-employed, and today I am confident that I could build an office and even use a computer inside the office.
As a result of what I've heard today, I've had a lot of tears and some laughter. I think what I'm hoping is that there's a future for us now in our community in matching those who are poor, who've lived through poverty, who suffer, with those who can make some decisions to make life different, and that we can bring our community together.
They give me a number. When you speak my name, that means you want to speak to me. I am Daniel Joshua Berber. When you give me a number, my national insurance number, my NHS number, my tax code, you just want to talk money. My name is Daniel Joshua Berber. If I had one thing to say to the government, it would be treat me as you want to be treated. See me as a person, not a number. See me as living. I am flesh and blood. They, you, the people with power, have lost a sense of being connected to everyone. There is always a choice to make. We're all human. We're all here together. We should listen to each other, and we should see each other as equals.
That's £8.40, please. I'm on a new benefit. It's called universal credit. Just tick that box. It's the same thing. Okay, thank you very much. She did not instruct me to tick the job seekers allowance tax. Penalty of £110.
Inspirational, magical, and I think effective, very effective from what the faces I saw in the audience.
It's a huge misunderstanding that everyone who lives in the countryside is rich. It's a stigma that's just not true. Rural crime and its associated issues are totally not understood by the police. They just don't understand the knock-on effect of all these burglaries. My barn has been burgled 4 times this year. They've taken the cattle trailer, all our tools, our fuel tanks. We put extra security on the doors, but nothing stops them and nothing happens. The police just say, "Oh well, you're insured, aren't you? You can replace them." That might be okay if you've had your telly stolen. It's not your livelihood that's gone.
This is for our daughters, so they can be whatever they want without having to suffer discrimination or abuse. so they will be respected if they choose to stay home and take care of their families, so they have the possibility to work if they choose to do so, so they can go to the cinema, restaurant or a pub without having to hide their ethnicity, so that they can expect to get the same help from the police as everyone else in society, so that they'll be treated with respect by the social services, so that they can send their kids to school without having to fear them being bullied, so that they don't have to be victims of domestic abuse, and so that they have the chance to tick the gypsy, Roma and traveller box, and they will tick that box with pride. Thank you.
Good morning. Please don't have the national insurance number.
Do you know, I've been trying to get through for over an hour now. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is terrible.
We have a zero policy on abuse. Please call back when you're calmer.
Pardon? I wasn't angry, I was just frustrated.
I'm really pleased with how we put ourselves across today. We've put a lot of work into this. We've had loads of meetings. We've been meeting since December, so 7 months altogether. And it took a lot of work to put it together. People have bared their souls to be here with this group.
It was hard seeing I couldn't help my own mother as we were faced with imminent eviction and homelessness and so on. Going to school every day, having laid awake at night worrying about what the next day would throw at us, was exhausting. Putting on a happy face and trying to take in information was near to impossible, and there were times where I caved under this pressure. But it is never too late to get back on the right path. I could have and so nearly did waste my opportunity to make a good life for myself and go to school, but carrying on was the best yet hardest decision I've ever made.
I leave here just with so much gratitude, and just I pray to God that I don't ever have to go through that, or I don't have to ever experience what these guys are having to experience on a daily basis.
Only through the support and help I had of being reminded of things all the time. Without this support, there is no doubt I would have not have managed any of my housing benefit application forms, job centre forms and doctor's appointments. And I'm pretty sure I would not be stood here now. I will be back in and out of A&E, costing the A&E and rehab, costing the government I don't know how much money.
Work expression. But if they don't provide, then I will die. Never again will I compromise what I need to live because of someone else's perspective. For me, a subjugated life is not worth living. I have been through too much and have achieved too much to ever again accept anything less. Let's create a new, sustainable abundance cycle together where everyone's unique gifts benefit all of society.
When you think of someone living in poverty, do you imagine someone who had the benefit of a public school education, a childhood filled with lacrosse, rounders, horses, school sports, holidays and boarding? Do you imagine a master's and postgraduate degree, teaching qualification, roles developing new qualifications and briefing government ministers? Poverty can happen to anyone, in any position, in any background, at any time. So I'd like to think now that I'm starting to pull myself together and fight back again. And I am, but very slowly, and I'm not there yet. The damage can't be mended that quickly. The chasm between how I was taught to handle problems in life in general in my childhood and how I am now is huge. I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder, depression and serious anxiety issues, for which I've been in psychotherapy weekly for over 18 months now.
Here I am again. I've reapplied. These are all my forms now. I'm completely compliant. I swear to you, I've done everything possible. Here are my forms. There's nobody at the door. There's nobody here. Nobody can see me. Nobody can hear me. What's the point?
upsetting, it made you quite angry, you certainly felt like you needed to think about what you could do to help. I think what we're realising, whether it's people like me who run an NHS organisation or people who are community leaders, is we're going to have to find a way of working more effectively together in different communities. People in those communities may have different needs. They're quite able to tell us what they are if we give them the chance to do so.